Hello there. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hi. I'm continuing the vent as one do. It's good though. I need to unlock better stages to farm anyways. Tonight's goal is to get there at least... Now 3 stages because it was 11 in total, so if I did 4 last time technically, and then 4 plus 3 equals 7, and then afterwards is another 4. So yeah, 3 sounds good for the night. Especially since I gotta wake up early tomorrow anyways. But oh man, so much happened last time. Fire and Snow went here on vacation. Hahaha, just kidding. They're here to have a bidding war with Bison. Sorry Bison, I think you might lose. Or maybe it'll be a draw. Who knows? And then we also met Ennis, who is a decent son, not gonna lie. Even if he is a swindler to others. And then Aya, or Adele, she's just adorable as always. Oh, Dolly though. Dolly is just chaos incarnate. I'm kind of scared, but I want to see Dolly surf in the... not the ocean. Surf in the volcano. So let's go for SL4. A sailor want to sea. And again, not gonna bring anyone, so then that way I can farm. Oh, we really are at the water. I'm telling you, everything's weird about that Anne Meyer no-tell. She eats food and gets eggshell in her mouth. She takes her turn crossing a bridge and the rope somehow snaps. She builds a house and a waterfall floods it. She goes fishing and gets caught by a big fin. Oh, I remember Enum said something about being what was it? Born under an unhunky star? Ah yes, a star that's not very hunky. Born under an unlucky star. Don't forget to give Anne Meyer your thanks, you two. With the way you practically party on the job, who knows how long building these houses would have taken without her? Boom! What's going on? How did the door explode? It's fine. I can fix it up ASAP. I was blow drying the glue on the hinges, and I probably futzed the hairdryer. Holy cow, she really is unlucky. Girl, what happened?
Glue? That's my wine pot. My old Noki gave it to me.
Ahem. You've moved everything over, right?
Everything's here now. We spent all morning shifting it. I'm gonna take myself a good long bath tonight.
All morning? This is freight of some kind... coffee? Yes, it's Siestan coffee. We've opened up a trade route with Siestan merchants, and these are the first goods they sent. Let me take a look. I think I can see the instructions on these bags. Roast the flower seeds and coffee beans together. Siestans adjust the bitterness of their coffee that way. My grandpa made coffee like that too when I was young. I want to try that coffee.
I believe he was a Siestan, Miss Anne Meyer.
Yeah, but we moved to Colombia so long ago. Once I finish work this month, I'll have enough saved to catch a ride back to Siesta.
Huh? I would have let Siesta's merchants take you back if I knew. They just left over an hour ago.
What? Big oof. Observation Diary. Mount Una, Northern Lithuanian, September 3rd, 1095. Goal of observation. Obtain first-hand survey data for the eruption of Mount Una. Calculate numerical originium particulate concentration gradient decrease in surrounding environment at the time of eruption. Establish a theoretical model. Estimated observation time, 5 hours. Observation team, Katya, Magna, Keller. In an old notebook is sandwiched a photograph. 3 people lined up in mountaineering gear, 3 smiling faces reddened by the alpine wind. Ooh, welcome back. And oh, I know the feels for wonky Wi-Fi. Professor Keller was there in the team lineup too.
She was meant to be a member by all rights in that investigation. But the day before they ascended, Keller suddenly left the team and went back to William University.
She withdrew just like that? Was there some reason for it?
It's a mystery, and the observation diaries don't make a single mention of it. All we know is that right after that accident, Keller showed up at a meeting between William University and the Lithuanian government.
Mr. Dolly, were you there then? Huh? You still won't pay attention to me until I find what you're looking for? You know, Mr. Dolly, have you heard of volcano watchers? They're a kind of flower that changes color based on a volcano's activity. Is it the seeds of those flowers you're looking for? Or obsidian, maybe? With how they're buried in the soil, the black crystals look a lot like seeds too, don't they? Adele mumbles to herself, garnering no response, and the tremendous volcanic rock specimen before her is as taciturn as ever. Am I just overthinking this? Mr. Dolly, I'll only be able to find what you're looking for that quickly if you give me more of a hint.
Adele, are you searching for something?
No, Professor Keller. Keller watches Adele close a notebook and put it away in the storage box. Adele hangs her head, picks up the other files around her, and buries her parents' notes beneath them.
Adele, if anything is gnawing at you, you can come straight to me.
Adele is silent for a spell. Nothing I can think of, Professor Keller.
I'm here to catch you up on some matters. According to the data sent back from the Ford Sensor Station, an analysis of the obsidian sample, we've concluded that Mount Siesta's eruption may as well come a few days sooner. Readings of the mountain have always been unusual. Active energy from its internal orogenium veins peaked 2 years prior in the summer, then rapidly fell after before once more slowly rising.
Ooh, hello, have I seen the Arknights anime? The first season?
We don't have much time left to prepare. We'll need to act fast.
Oh! The volcano's erupting sooner. How lucky can we be? Mr. Dolly, please don't jump out of nowhere.
Adele, are you listening?
Yes, I'm listening.
Adele, I know with the ample experience you already boast as a scholar, pre-observation prep work amounts to little more than busy work for you. But please maintain your focus, okay?
I'm sorry, Professor Keller.
Bro, so your professor caught you playing hooky. Oh yes. Have you bumped into any peculiar tourists at the museum lately?
Did something happen?
A whistling rock specimen in the hands-on area went missing.
A whistling rock? One that sounded musical when blown through?
It looks like we'll want to report to City Hall's people to increase security at the museum too.
I'll keep a lookout myself.
Maybe it's something about the weather. There's been a lot of strange things happening lately. And authorities say cases of people losing their own possessions have been unusually high. I was listening to the news this morning and someone apparently took out the grudge on the depot at an unfinished plate too. They made a complete mess out of it over there.
Dolly as a friend is kind of bad because Dolly will force you to go on missions for him in order to get information, which is terrible actually. Then again, it is a business transaction. I wouldn't consider that a friendship. It's a trade. It's just a partnership. It's work.
Manager, we've run up the damaged goods. Nothing really unaccounted for. It's mainly notable damage to the outer box packaging. Aside from some foodstuffs, we haven't lost too much at all. Good, noted. I'm sorry to have this sort of thing happen in Siesta. It was caused by the carelessness of our own work. I can only ask this won't impact your thoughts on collaborating with us. Of course, if you do decide to suspend partnership, I'll report the full reality to Mayor Herman. Though in that event, I imagine it'll be tough on him to lose a business partner, and tough on me to lose my job. Assigning blame is secondary. I first need to ensure nothing like this will happen again. It looks like people really aren't welcoming Mountain Dash's plans for the new plate. I'm glad that I can still be wholly face-to-face with you to coordinate business. Excuse me? Given that having the residents here accept redevelopment isn't meant to be part of your work at all. Mountain Dash Logistics' future collaborations with Siesta can't stand independent of their support. I don't want the people to deem the redevelopment a form of unilateral imposition. That you're concerned at all is really gratifying. Things being what they are, I'd appreciate City Hall keeping an eye on security work around the warehouse. Fingers crossed no accidents like this will be happening again. Alright, I'll pass on your comments, and I'll make sure they lead to some action. For my job, my rent, and my worried fiancé's sake, I thank you, Mr. Bison.
Oh, Mr. Costa, you are such a mood.
If you have no other arrangements here, I'll be continuing my efforts to talk the commercial district into signing the relocation LOI. Miss Wire, I'm deeply sorry I couldn't show you the proper hospitality when you paid a visit earlier. How was your impression of New Siesta been over your tour these past few days?
Very clean, very eye candy, but missing a little sense of amusement, possibly even stiff. To be honest, I more prefer how it used to be.
Very coincidentally, my daughter said much the same thing. But Siesta has been forced to leave its golden shoreline, which means it's only a matter of time before tourism falls as our economic backbone.
Oh, pity. I was quite fond of that old Siesta fashion street and all. You're very much confident about partnering with Mountain Dash Logistics, I take it?
I have just as much hope in the differing solution you provide, Miss Swire. On that note, your family's group maintains its clarion reputation. It was a surprise, though, that the candidate for investment executive was you. I also just happened to learn that you've apparently registered a new business here in Siesta, operating in the construction, cultural, and recreational fields.
It appears your trust isn't quite in me, Mr. Mayor. You think I don't hold enough clout in the conglomerate yet? Emperor is just the... Yeah, not just. Emperor is the GOAT. He is the greatest of all time. No one can compare to him.
Of course not. The future is always in your hands as the young ones. Just the dealings we had with the corporation from Victoria happened to pop into my head. That was 30 plus years ago by now.
Freeing itself from that swollen ambition to Victoria wasn't a casual affair for the Siesta of then. Anyone even remotely familiar with Siestan history would understand that. And the sheer capacity you demonstrated in the dispute, Mayor Herman, still has politicians abuzz today. For my part, you don't need to be too anxious. I'm not here in any convoluted capacity. Besides, all I brought are sincere partnership and more business opportunities.
You, Miss Swire, intend to contest Mountain Dash Logistics for the rights to develop the newly constructed plate. I, of course, am willing to see friendly competition from both sides, and Siesta is always welcoming of partnerships in good faith. I very much look forward to the proposals you submit at bidding, and wish you pleasant journeys for the rest of your time in Siesta.
Ooh, hello.
After you're back in Lungmen, please send your grandfather my regards.
I'm not signing this thing. We've already moved once before, and you're still putting us through this rigmarole. And how do you expect us to make a living once you shut our place down anyway? If the mayor can't give us a clear explanation, we're not even thinking about relocating.
That is understandable.
Or are you going to force us? Costa, you wormed your way into the city hall. Those bigwigs don't even live in the same universe as us. And now all you can do is jump when they say jump. You can't figure something out with us? Even if you're not here to take over your grandpa's coffee shop, we still need this street to make a living. Huh. We've been racking our brains looking for a way to spark business here again. Help us think of something, okay?
Mr. Costa. Yeah, everyone's just hating on him right now. Oh, so sad. He's just like, I'm just here because I'm only working here because I need money from me and my fiance. Christ.
Ooh, if it isn't Mr. City Hall himself, here to kick us off our street again. Forget the moment you wore that fancy uniform just where you come from. I mean, just where you came from. I'm ashamed for your grandfather.
Ouch.
I hate my job.
Ouch. The unsung hero of this event right now is Mr. Costa. He just wants to provide for his fiancé. He's trying to become a good hubby. Excuse me? Is my ice cream ready?
Coming right up. Sorry for the wait. Here, your quadruple scoop.
Quadruple scoop? Yo, that is intense. I usually only order a double, sometimes a triple.
By the way,
that man who got his head chewed off, who's he?
never mind him. Just an ill omen trying to tear our homes down.
Ouch! Poor Costa. Got what I asked for?
Yes, ma'am.
Did anyone notice you coming here?
Officer, I'm sorry to report. Let and Live saw me.
What?
Ahem. Oh, alright. Is that out of our systems?
Alright. Is that out of our systems? You can hand me the stuff now.
Did you get down with insiders like this as a cop too? It's kind of cool. This bag is general info on every shop in the commercial district. How many live at each, roughly how their business is doing. The personalities of the owners you ask about. I've noted you down a little of all that. In this bag is a series of Mountain Dash's recent maneuvers, something about some kind of purchase of siestan specialties. And they say they're selling them off to Victorian Columbia, in pretty decent quantities too.
Well, good going. How did you even get your hands on these Mountain Dash files?
Totally simple. Just had to apply to be a freight trucker with them.
Well, signs say that Bison's kids trying to buy out the people's will this way. Yes, that does seem his style. Suppose he manages to build a new distribution center here. Would the populace here want to switch jobs?
Ennis, give me a curacao. You've got it. What's got you moody? I can tell actually. You're sick of it too, no? Hanging the sign back up again and all. You guys doing a little protesting that way? All this crap is a killer. The love files next door were all over each other at first. Now they're arguing day by day about the rehousing. Here's your drink. One curacao.
As a friend, Ennis would be fine, but as a employee, might be questionable. Or actually, no, as an employee, he might be decent, but as a, like, working with him, very questionable, especially if he tries to swindle. But he himself is decent. He's hardworking. There's negative interest in moving on the street.
For the most part, yeah. Moving means planning a whole new life from scratch. We only just moved aboard the nomadic city, even. And a lot of us are still getting used to it. Even tourists are a rarity now, after all. Business is hard enough as is, and plenty ended up unemployed. Move again and life gets even harder.
Ennis shakes his head and gives up on the subject.
Ooh, hello.
Ennis, if I wanted to rent a place like yours, how much would the upkeep be on average?
Per month, about 500 gold certificates. Just under that.
That little?
I can buy a lot of stuff secondhand elsewhere or just make it myself. Plus, with how we usually converse on utility bills, it adds up to a lot less than you think. Sometimes it really makes me wonder, have rich people like you just gone your whole lives without much worry? Does a person just need enough money and everything in life shakes out how they want?
Hi.
Money's a hassle killer, but not an issue solver.
If we have to move, if there's no other choice, then what are you thinking? Once you get contracted for this plate, what are you going to build here?
I'd rather ask you first. If a rebuild is guaranteed, then what would you want this street to become?
Strictly in fantasy terms? A giant water park. We build the land's biggest water park, second to none. Maybe it might even draw in some tourists. That way, we wouldn't need to go that far. We wouldn't need to let this bar go, either, probably. And plus, my little brother and sister have been hounding us forever about going to a water park.
Ooh, good idea.
Is that all it takes? You make me feel like you're not even here to compete for real versus the Mountain Dash boy.
Humph. Plenty who vied with me thought the same thing.
And?
They all rolled over and lost.
That's some kind of power.
Ennis, help me pay the shop sign here. The trade fair's right around the corner, and we need our storefront looking the best it can.
Coming! You know, we still have paint left over from last time, and I bought a couple string lights for cheap a few days ago. Want me to go put those up in a bit?
Sure. And if there's any paint left after that, give the tables and chairs and picture frames a new coat too. Lut and Liv were saying that they learned how to draw from someone, right? Can you tag them in too?
Sure, will do now.
Hey, Ennis. Paint that sign in orange. I have eyes you can trust. This will draw in more customers than before, guaranteed. An orange sign. Costa forgets how he even got here. At some point since moving to New Siesta, this atypically architect building cropped up on his route home from work. Buried somewhere in him is the impression he'd handled its paperwork. The Volcano Museum? Why would people go to all that effort to put a museum for this on this luxurious plate? What's to study about volcanoes?
Stop it!
Nuh-uh. I want to see the big rock. I want to see the lava.
Well, you're desperate to see this stuff. It's total mystery.
Volcanoes are really cool.
Cool.
A phrase floats through Costa's mind. You can see such beautiful things in the tops of volcanoes. He vaguely remembers someone telling him.
Can you name all these volcanoes? I can.
Why would I ever need to know?
Okay, I'll tell you. This one is Mount Tambora. This one's Mount Katla. This one is Mount Merapi. This one is Mount Yes,
sir.
Wah! You were behind me and you just came up and said a thing and you scared me.
Sorry for that. How did I know that? I don't remember anymore.
I knew, Mount, yes, sir. I knew that. It's the prettiest volcano on the land. And on top of that, you can see flowing lava everywhere, and they're like gentle little streams. I got that all from a book. I remember it really, really well. But I can't find any signs that explain stuff here. I need to show you how I got everything right.
You did, you're right. Are we done? There's not even a placard in sight here. We're going.
Poor Costa, the one time he wants to chip into a conversation too. The kid's like, I knew that! How dare you steal my thunder!
Apologies for inconveniencing you. Apologies for inconveniencing you on your trip. This exhibition area isn't fully arranged yet, but explanatory text will soon be laid out on these.
No, Mr. Volcano Man, I'm not done yet. You gotta keep listening.
Costa is tugged by the hem of his jacket. Somewhat helplessly stopped in place, he tries to explain that he really needs to go. He turns his head and reflected in the glass display shelves, he sees an unexpected face.
You?
Costa?
You're back?
Oh, they know each other. What would Zaro be?
Sorry, Zaro, he's just a loser. He lost so spectacularly. Like, sorry, Zaro.
And I ain't gonna be just a face in the crowd. You're gonna hear my voice when I shout it out loud. It's my life. My bad. I didn't realize there were customers in. That's weird though. How come someone's sitting at the cafe, reading quietly while the Obsidian Festival's on? You mind if I practice guitar here? No, Grandpa will rag on me for bothering customers again. Maybe I'll just bide my time so I can get a new guitar sooner. What's that you're reading? A book about volcanoes? This is pretty cool. Can you lend me it? Will you be here again tomorrow? Oh, that's kind of cute. If that was a time where Costa worked at his grandpa's coffee shop.
Let's show them what we
And
can
then
do.
met her there. Yeah, that's cute. And now let's see, I can bring out my boy soon. And by soon I mean now. Okay, this is fine. Even more sheepies. No fear. Maybe I'll put over here. Yeah, it seems good. Right over here. Go get him. I should bring out, yeah, another person. And a healer soon. You know, a healer would be great. For the health. Maybe I don't need a healer. Yeah, I might not need a healer, actually. It's fine. That one riding another sheepy's a little intimidating, not gonna lie. But it's okay. Just use that. Don't be stingy with your skill self. Never be stingy. Okay, this is working out good. More bottles broken. Oh wait, no, I do need a healer. No! I didn't put a healer down in time. Big oof. I will. This is fine. Oh, that's a lot of these sheep. Okay, and then bonk. Go get him. Sheesh, those guys are tanky. But no fear. This is fine. This is completely fine. Just a little bit more. And almost done. There. Whew. Oh, looks like you're all done sorting. Nice job. Mr. Dolly, shouldn't you keep your eye or two on your clones? Do you know how much trouble they'll make for everyone, letting them run amok like this? The fluffy creature stands by a container, its head stooped very low, seemingly conveying some apology to the person in front of it. I told you, not all of them are me. I did bring them here, true, but I'm only indirectly to blame here, right? If Zaro and Dolly fought, Zaro would lose.
Zaro needs to have people on his side, while Dolly can just make clones. So, sorry? Just saying sorry isn't going to fix this. If their merchandise gets damaged, what are the shopkeepers going to do? Your clothes are being nuisances. Can't you do anything to stop them? I do actually have something. Under normal circumstances, I could choose to cry. Cry? Like this. I face into, whatever, the sea, the wasteland, and lift 2 hooves up like this and I yell, "Hey, where are you guys? Come here quick!" Like that. Adele, you're gonna have to find me. You're gonna have to help me for that. I've cried too many times, so sometimes they act like they haven't heard me. So, we just have to call them over? We need something to lure them in too, like ice cream here, or we've got balloons and skateboards and stuff. But remember, don't call them little black sheep or lambs. They won't even know you mean them. Dolly looks expectantly up at Adele. Ahem. Hey, ice cream here. Hey, we have balloons and skateboards. Come here quick. What? Ice cream? Is it free? Miss, is it true? I want strawberry.
Is there some kind of event? Are they giving out balloons? Oh, this is so awkward.
Huh? No, Adele turns looking to point out the detour. Dolly jumped up onto the neighboring containers, running circles around them like a deflating balloon. But the pedestrians just don't see it. Uh-oh, something's happened. You're gonna have to go get ice cream with them to fix this and probably buy balloons too, and ramble the streets and soak up in the siesta sun. Tough one, huh? What a big coincidence that I know of a really good ice cream shop. How about I lead the way? Mr. Dolly! I feel bad for Adele's wallet. This is a big oof. So this is how you corral visitors into your volcano museum? Buying ice cream for strangers? I think I like this. Dearie, how about we spend this afternoon exploring the museum?
Perfect. Then after that, we'll go for barbecue.
Let's go. Thank you very much. Adele sees this group off and looks around, trying to find any trace of Dolly. In the stream of pedestrians, Dolly has all but vanished already. All that's there is a lone little black sheep, staring pointedly at a wallet turning into bills in a wandering tourist's hands. What is it about to do? Right as the tourist and shopkeep are haggling, it leaps forth, and in one chomp makes off with the tourist's wallet. Dolly clone, why? Huh?
Where'd my wallet go? Someone stole my wallet! Huh? What kind is it? Dark or light? Just now, but I didn't see anyone, did you?
Oh no, Mr. Dolly's not here either. I have to catch it quick. The little black sheep holding the wallet notices Adele, opens its mouth, and the wallet falls out. Then, with the kick of its hoof, it goes sailing through the air and falls back down, straight into its wool. Delighted trots. Then it seems the wallet hits something with a bang, and a pebble full of holes shoots out from the little black sheep's coat. That's the whistling rock. The little black sheep looks back, and before the rock lands, it kicks again with its hoof to send it flying straight back in. And after all that, it sticks its tongue out at Adele with an impish expression and turns to gallop down Fashion Street. Oh, what a punk! Hey, wait up! Give everyone back your stuff! I feel so bad for that one guy who just lost his wallet.
Our $3 gold shirts are rare collectibles here. They'll fetch a big price at the trade fair. Miss, are you sure you won't think about it? I've got a price I can give you.
The dealer gestures out a number. Really? Could you take a look at this then?
This is old. This is old Higashi Ni's issue. I'll take it for this much.
And this?
A Gaulish copper liver. I'll take it too. Miss, what else have you got? Bring it all out. Miss, how much did you bring? Last one, I swear. The very last one. I'll take one more and then I'm going home.
Then take a look at this. After this, I could afford a whole new device.
It's our own Sargonian mint. Let me see. We've got... Gavial?
Yep. Is it valuable?
Valuable? No. This is the end of our talk. I don't do any business with thin tails. You take all this back. I'm leaving.
Ouch. The dealer grabs a handful of loose coinage and furiously shoves it into Snowson's hands, attempting to leave. Suddenly, something speeds by, knocking the coins right out of his grip. Money rains gold and glittering to the high street pavement, and before Snowson can yelp in surprise, a pink shadow follows right after, running into the distance. Aya? Sorry, Snowson,
Blarg, what the hell?
Wait, my coins! I'm missing two!
Don't look at me.
Clink! The fluffy creature stashes the gleaming little roundnets into its own wool. Look at this punk!
Mr. Eastman, I'm here to pick up my photocopies. Right. All these files of yours. You really put your back in, printing this much just to advertise your bar. 298, 299. That's exactly right. Here's the fee. I'm not taking money off you for this. I'll just say, next time I drop in at the White Volcano, mix me your house oasis, heavy on the ground cardamom. Appreciate it. Also, can you help change out my shop sign 1 minute? Of course I can, thank you.
Mr. Ennis!
Adele? What's the hurry?
Look out! Look out! Did he just... Oh... Poor Ennis. He just got yeeted. Before Ennis can react, a giant force smacks straight into him. Sent airborne for an instant, he sees CS upside down and paper scattering everywhere.
Oof! Ow! Ouch! Ow! What just...
The little black sheep snatches the flyer in its mouth and resumes its straightaway gallop. Mr. Ennis, I'm sorry.
Huh?
Several stare at Adele shrinks into the horizon, giving chase into a flyer blowing in the wind.
Times really are a-changin'. Youngsters have such urgent schedules these days.
Ooh, hello.
Weird. What knocked me over just now? I've never seen anything as strange as this.
Crash! The Eastman print shop sign falls down and lands right where Ennis was still standing a moment ago.
Werg.
And this is just one Dolly cologne that's taking things. Oh, imagine what the others are doing right now. Like the one that likes chewing on things. Where did it go?
Hits like hide and seek.
Mr. Dolly, this isn't the time to play around. If we don't catch a little black sheep soon, more people are going to lose their things.
No. They aren't going to lose anything. They're just borrowing it for a little fun. They'll give it all back. Actually, why do you never play with children your age? Are you just going to keep yourself shut in a lab, even on a summer like this?
Mr. Dolly, I'm not a child anymore. And studying Mount Siesta is a very important job, which I shouldn't be distracted from. But right now, finding these little black sheep is more important so we can stop them causing a ruckus. I know how lonely children work. I know how they love using "I'm busy with work" as an excuse. The shop looks empty, but the little black sheep just...
Who are you?
Excuse me, I lost my pet. It ran off. I think I saw it enter this coffee shop just now. Adele blabbers as she lifts her head and sees Mockingbird Cafe in pretty type across the shop door.
This cafe went out of business a year ago. The shop's always locked.
But I definitely saw it wriggle inside just now, straight through.
What kind of pet did you lose?
A beck beast.
No. Don't you associate my clothes with those animals.
Okay, a beck beast.
Costa feels around in his pocket and pulls out a key, which he inserts, twists, with a few ancient-sounding creaks. The door yawns open. It's dark inside. All the blinds are down, repelling much of the sunlight from entering. The air stirs with dust and a yesteryear aroma of coffee.
Is your beck beast in here?
I don't think it is. I'm so sorry. Sorry to bother you.
That's fine. I was just here to pick up a few things anyway. The property deed should be right. No, not here. Not there.
Sir, are you the owner of this cafe?
Not anymore. I won't be. This shop and all the shops on this street are due to be demolished soon.
I'm so sorry.
Don't be. The demolition isn't news to anyone here. Psst. None in this cupboard either.
Sir, what does it look like? The thing you're looking for? I can help you, maybe?
It's a red binder.
It really is dark. Girl, are you sure you can see anything in here? What?
This place closed ages ago. Might be tricky to get the lights on. It's fine if we can't find it. I'm not in that big of a rush. Carry on searching for your pet. I'll keep an eye out for you.
Come on, girl. There's no clones of mine here, and no whatever you're looking for. On to the next location. It's all pitch black. I can't see anything. Nothing like when I went surfing in Siesta before.
So, what does it look like?
It's a pink and white beck beast carrying a volcanic rock on it, the kind that whistles in the wind.
That whistles in the wind. Is it named Whistling Rock?
Eh? Yes, it is. How do you know? Costa continues rummaging. He pulls open a dust-caked cupboard, out of which falls a vintage guitar, smashing straight onto his knee. Ouch. Ping! Sir, are you alright? The sound of the guitar's impact rings in the air, a lingering acoustic hum as if someone was playing on it.
They sound just like that when blown across those stones, like you could perform music on them. I'm getting sidetracked.
The romance. Whistling rocks are like guitars. How did I never think of that?
Is your pet carrying one of those? That's an odd luxury. If I remember right, it's fairly uncommon.
It took it all by itself. You're going to humiliate me. Don't tell people my clones are kleptomaniacs.
Okay, if I see it, I'll get in touch with you. How should I go about doing that?
Oh, thank you. Please contact the Volcano Museum if you can. I'm one of the staff there. My name's Adele. With another mysterious bump, all the old odds and ends of the cupboard slump into a landslide across the floor, burying the guitar underneath.
Damn it.
Sir, are you sure you don't need help? It seems like you're not in that good of a mood. A book falls into Adele's view. Under the light from the outside, she parses its title clearly. The Atlas of Terrace Volcanoes? Are you interested in volcanology too?
No, it's not like as if I hate it.
what's my thoughts on my clones as me but also not me? That they may look like him, but they all have different personalities, kind of like Captain and all Captain's clones. All the Marines, Baker-chan, Engineer, etc. Technically, they're all the same person, but not really.
I mean, this isn't my book. Let's get outside for now. You work at the Volcano Museum. Do you know a Keller?
I know Professor Keller. Are you friends?
She used to be a regular here, I guess. One summer, she suddenly left Siesta together with 2 Lithanians. I never got in touch with her after that. How's she been? She's doing all right at the museum, right?
Right, Professor Keller's been occupied with survey prep for Mount Siesta. And the museum's still under improvement. She's very busy.
She and you both work at the museum?
Professor Keller's its curator.
Curator? Now that's something. Well, if you can, please return this book to the curator for me.
Where am I? Where am I? Find me if you can. Take the flowers and meet me behind them's where I am. The little black sheep frolics about before stopping by a street lamp. Bang! The little black sheep leaps into the air and before Adele's eyes vanishes like a cloud blown away in the breeze. With a ring and clatter, a pebble, 2 coins, a sheet of paper, and a wallet all fall on the ground. Did Dolly just kill his clone? He went bang after all. Hide and seek. Mr. Dolly! Not me. But you didn't spend all today cooped up inside the museum. You went out for a walk, you ate ice cream, you bought balloons, the sun's fun, the people are wonderful, and you've made a new friend, haven't you? That's the stuff of life. What is this seed you're after? Is this rock a seed? You need to look slowly, take your time. The sun tomorrow is just as fine. Where am I? Where am I? Find me if you can. Is it one of these coins? Or what's on this poster? Letter of intent for relocation? Is the coffee bean the seed, Mr. Dolly? Take the flowers in. Maybe behind them, where I am. Bang! Smell you later, Dolly. That's one way to end the conversation. Bang! And then disappearing into nothingness. Okay, Dolly. You do you, Dolly. And it's hot, I gotta turn the fan. Hello, hello. And now I should turn the fan. Okay, turn the fan on, should be fine. And I see a bus here. 1 exit, that's not too bad. 3 entrances, eh. As long as there's only 1 exit, I don't mind. Why study volcanoes? Because I hope to play the guitar at the highest spot on Siesta one day. It doesn't have to be at the Obsidian Festival, and preferably at the top of a volcano. Volcano Sonatas. That's what I'm planning to call my first album. I can't wake the volcano up? Maybe I should call it Volcano Lullabies instead. Volcanoes sleep like a log, so I don't think you'll be able to wake it up that easily. Have you heard of this, about a kind of stone you can find on a volcano? When the wind blows it away, it makes a sound like beans falling into a bowl. And if you soak it in water, bubbles fizz like a complex drumline. Of course, it's real. If I find such a stone on a volcano, I'll bring one back to show it to you. Aw, their friendship was cute. Is it nice being hot over here? Not really. Like, imagine, at nighttime you're thinking, ah, yes, it must be cool enough so I can relax. But then you're like, oh no, now I'm sweating. I feel gross again. But I already had a shower. But I don't want to shower again. I'm gonna waste water. I should just lay out in the living room on the floor at this point in life. I belong to the floor. Bed not for me.
The doctor's been here. How are you feeling today?
An old man lies in the hospital bed, his head tilted sideways as he looks out the window.
Not so bad. If you hadn't come here to specifically remind me that I'm stuck in bed this summer, and a hospital bed should be more comfortable than an office chair. Thanks for sparing me the energy to tease me, but my butt hasn't known the touch of a chair for the past few days. Perhaps we should switch places.
The old man turns to look at his grandson standing beside the bed.
So, my boy, why have you come to see me today? There's a letter of intent for relocation that I hope you can sign.
The city hall staffer whispers the words, as if admitting a mistake. A tired and bitter silence follows.
It seems like this renovation plan is just so urgent that I can't even wait until I kick the bucket, huh? That's not it. I just thought you should know about it, of course. I'd rather get your consent. If you want to convince me, you should have at least brought Tisha along to visit. She's at work right now. Everything you do is to make a living, right? I don't get why a girl like that would marry a boring man like you.
Even Grandpa's being savage. Mr. Costa, what? Why is your karma so bad that everyone just wants to bully you?
Let's just say I've inherited your talent for making girls happy. Humph.
The hospital ward is quiet, except for the faint sound of fruit being peeled.
Work must have been tough these last few days. I've been having nothing but bizarre dreams lately, but after some thinking, I figured I haven't offended anyone, so my guess is that you've been chewed out by a whole lot of people. Clever old man, you know my job so well. Well, what's your take? Are you really willing to let this shopping street get demolished and see the last traces of old Siesta disappear? Costa, there's a guitar in the cabinet behind you. Take it out and play a song for me. No thanks. You know that won't work.
The old man speaks no more and turns his head away toward the window.
I know that Mockingbird Cafe has been in Siesta longer than the city hall. Many of the shops on that street chose to stay when we moved from the volcano. But there are too many factors at play that makes our life difficult, and the volcano doesn't even make the list. Coffee and music can only keep people alive at certain times. If I hadn't looked out and gotten this job at the city hall, your medical bills would be too big of a burden on the family. I'm not complaining, it's just... Alright, hand me a pen. You're such a brat, Costa. I hate that about you. Maybe I should have tossed you into the sea back when you were mixing your drip coffee with sparkling water. Thank you very much for not doing that. I do like that about you. You want to rent my hotel?
And make a little modification to the hot springs with your permission, of course. Prices... negotiable.
I'm not interested in money. It's all the same. Not a shred of beauty.
Well, money isn't the only bargaining chip. I definitely have something here that you'll be very interested in. Like this, for example.
This photo. Is that a piece of exhibit-grade obsidian?
So how about renting these few hot spring hotels of yours to me for a few days, and I'll move this piece of obsidian over?
Don't play around with me. This is from some private museum's precious collection. How could you... Wait, you...
Uh-huh.
You'll keep your word?
Words hold no proof, so let's sign a contract, shall we? Snowcent, can you do some research to check if my plan is feasible? It's probably doable. Good. That means it is. I'll trust your judgment.
No. I'm not certain. I'll need some tools and materials and a lot of time. Goyao, I'll move on to the next step. Since we've decided to focus on making the residents of the street welcome our redevelopment, we'll have to make sure it's perfect. We can't waste this chance with all the tourists drawn in by Bison's ads for his trade fair.
I like how the guy's willing to rent out his hotel for the Obsidian. He's like, dang, that's some good rock. My favorite rock. I need it.
No, not here. Data model for volcanic eruptions is definitely not in the files Professor Magna left for Adele. But why does Keller have this notebook with her?
Good work today. Cup of coffee?
No thanks. I'm not a coffee person. Is Adele here today?
Today's isn't a work day, so what are you doing here? Do you need these old documents for your work over at City Hall?
Keller, why on terra did you invite Adele here?
I believe I made it quite clear before. The research in this museum is related to the Nomans, and the imminent eruption of Siesta's volcano is a rare observation opportunity. Adele is her child and also an excellent volcanologist, so it is only right that I extend an invitation to her.
Only now, after so many years of zero contact. You didn't attend the Noman's funeral after the incident at Mount Una. You vanished without a trace from the academic circles and stopped your teaching work at the school a year ago. Just what have you been up to these last few years? What are you running from?
As you can see, the only thing I've done these past few years is organize all the volcanic research materials that now sit in this very museum. Con, everyone has their limits. I no longer have any energy to do volcano fieldwork. I'm preparing to retire after the museum is finished, and I've observed Mount Siesta's eruption.
What? Retire? Why would you even consider retirement at all? The Nomans left all their unpublished research data to you and Adele, enough to make your mark on the academic world, and yet now you're saying you want to retire? Or could it be that you've already placed a price tag on that data behind closed doors and gained something even better in exchange?
Con, I don't know what you're... Professor Keller, are you in here?
Keller, whatever your plans, I hope you consider the Nomans before making any decisions. Adele is their only child and the only hope they've left behind. She's already contracted erypathy, and her condition isn't the best either. I just hope she can be happy and free.
Professor Keller? I'm in here, Adele. Come in. I'm hoping that Keller isn't doing shady stuff. I'm really hoping that she's not. I mean, I can understand wanting to retire. It's like, why would you want to retire? It's like, I'm tired. Why not? As much as you like something, eventually... It's like, yeah, no, burnt out. I can understand that. But yeah, just hoping she's not doing anything bad. But she could be. That's how it'd be in these games, unfortunately. I'm in here. Adele, come in. Professor Keller, I found the exhibit, and I already put it in the back of the display cabinet. Alright, good work. Professor, what's wrong? Nothing much. Where did you find the exhibit? It was with the Beckbeast that sneaked into the museum. How strange. Alright, if there's nothing else, you can. Professor Keller, there's something else I wanted to mention. I met a shopkeeper on the street, and he asked me to return this book to you. A shopkeeper in the commercial street? Bang! I can taste the fatigue in the air, so painfully bitter and sickeningly sour. Just who is it coming from? Mr. Dolly, you scared me. Why are you here? I just saw a beautiful streak of blue across the city. Wanna go to a hot spring? Mr. Dolly, I still have some research to do. No. Research is such a bitter word, it makes you all wrinkly. The volcano is right there, and the material won't disappear either, so you can always come back to continue your research anytime, but... Dolly lightly tips his toes and spins in midair in what looks to be a somewhat comical dance. Some things are so fleeting that you'll never get a second chance to see it if you miss it. For example... Aya, finally found you! Dolly's like me when it comes to homework. So you can always do it later. It's not gonna disappear. So why not do something else right now, teehee? Me with homework. AKA me right now. Let's go. Wanna visit the hot springs together? Hot springs? I don't have the ability to control people's hearts, by the way. But what? Didn't bring a swimsuit? That's fine. I have some over there. Besides us two, Snowson will be there too. And we'll also call Kaylin in a bit. I even brought some of the latest facial cream. They say there's volcanic ash inside. Plus, I have an important thing to ask of you. And you're the only one who can do it. Is this the latest record player on the Colombian market? I didn't think I would be able to see one in Siesta. I've been paying close attention. They only started selling these just a few days ago. But they're the leftover stock. If you already missed the first wave. You don't know this, but there was a super long line here this morning. The limited editions with Emperor's signature even come with a copy of his latest album. And that sold out forever ago. Emperor's latest album? Isn't that dropping next week? Is this what they call an early access batch? Who could even pull this off? It's not just Emperor's album either. There's also signed copies of Miss Sora's album, a Cashmerean Radiant Knight helmet model replica, and Cherney's Clavier collection. Wait, what's this? Huh? To think I'd find one of our Sargonian Krabby Pumpies here. But what use does it even have here in Siesta? This sounds like a fun shop. I want to go here. That is amazing. Who cares? It's cute and that's all that matters. Did you miss the line of people queuing up to buy them? Whoa, they even got dates here. Dates? Excuse me, Mr. Sargonian. Bayard casually strums a Sargon-style ditty. Can you tell me a story of plucking dates in the hot and dry breeze?
These are instruments imported from Lithuanian. And I have to say, those Lithuanians sure are stellar at any music-related stuff. You can try if you like, and if you don't know how to play one, I can teach you a little too. This piece I just played, I performed it when me and my wife confessed our feelings to each other. If you fancy learning it, I have a sheet here that you can have. The best snacks around here, you ask? See, that bearded man on the left? His ice cream is the best. Slowly now, take it easy. Strawberry for you, orange for you, yours is coffee. And what else? Coconut with chocolate? How? No need to rush. We have plenty here.
Oh, their business is doing great. Ooh. Oh, I love this outfit. Such a nice looking summer outfit. But my favorite thing about this version of her is the hairstyle. Oh, that's so cute. I just love that kind of hairstyle. It's adorable. So precious. And that pretty much sounds like Dolly's abilities. Mister, give me a tea-flavored one.
Sure, coming right up.
Thank you. I'll send this to Schwartz too. It will make her drool.
Dr. Kaylin. You here for the trade fair too?
Stop by for a stroll since I happen to have some time today.
Ennis, you good lad. Thanks again for fixing the cash register this morning. Things would have been so hectic otherwise. It's nothing. Just helping out is all. How's business? So good I almost thought I was back in the old siesta. But why haven't I seen that Costa fellow anywhere today? He spent the whole day running all over the place for this. And now that everything is in motion, that man is nowhere to be found. Maybe there's other work to do at City Hall today. That rascal doesn't even know how to ditch work.
Boss, give me one. Give me a cone.
Coming. Feel free to come try our cocktails over at the White Volcano too. You brat!
Ines leans against the soda fountain, watching the surrounding people come and go.
Did you see my little siblings earlier? It's their first time in such a bustling place. They kept clamoring for some volcano coffee or something on our way here. But as soon as I handed them a little pocket money, they were gone in a flash.
No, I don't think I've spotted any kids here.
The little ones aren't here. If you want to find them, you have to over to East Street. They say there's a new amusement park over there or something. And my own brat even told me, over breakfast, he'd help me look out after the store. Humph, I haven't heard from him ever since he learned about that place. An amusement park?
Hey, it's a hotel. I love this swimsuit, it's so cute and frilly. I appreciate it. Can I open my eyes now, Miss Wire? Also, what was the important thing you were mentioning earlier? Did some of those secretly mine obsidian appear in this hotel too? Or do you need a nominal volcanologist for your work, or...
Neither.
No volcanoes here, no data either. Only a comforting hot spring, so now you just have to get into some pretty clothes and then... Alright, you can open your eyes now. Wow, there's so many tourists. What happened here? Wasn't it just a hot spring before? It's so lively, just like Siesta a few years back. A few tourists erupt into cheering, and Adele recovers from her surprise. There's so many kayaks and water installations here, Miss Swire. Are these your...
Yep. This is the water park I'm setting up for the commercial street.
Wow. Did you do all this by yourself?
Not by myself, of course. I provided the plans, but we have our chief genius engineer from Lungman to thank for making this a reality, Snowcent.
Miss Swire, the title is a bit too much. Really now?
Jan's number one, Tara's number one, genius engineer.
Wait, Snowcent! Don't run around like that. Be careful.
Oh, it's flying.
How did you do that? How are these surf kayaks actually flying straight from one hot spring channel to the other? Actually, it's not as complicated as it looks. We just need to add a pneumatic ejection device into the waterways. So once the kayak reaches a spot, it'll trigger the mechanism and then it'll... Yay, I can fly! Mama! There aren't any guardrails in the waterways, so I'm a little worried about... I redesigned the kayaks according to Swire's plan. And they come equipped with a comprehensive emergency cushioning system.
It's also the second way you can play with these. As bumper kayaks. As bumper kayaks, they can freely collide in the waterways, and the cushioning system will absorb all the impact force, using it to power the kayak's water guns and that spray water forward. I didn't mention it to the tourists, but many of them seem to have already mastered the secret. Look over there.
Along with a shriek, a kayak spins in the waterway, seemingly about to fall off the channel. The airbags at the kayak's edge quickly inflate, wrapping up the passengers, but as the kayak drops, its trajectory is interrupted suddenly, as if there is a transparent barrier in the air. Water splashes onto the ground. The completely wrapped kayak sways and falls downward.
Hey, you alright? Anyone hurt? I'll go take a look first, Aya. Just wait here a second.
That sounds fun. Tourists surround the fallen kayak, but there is only giggling bubbling from the center. With a puff of the bulging air cushions, two children emerge from within. Humph, it's all your fault for moving around so much. We didn't catch a little lamb, and our siesta adventure is ruined.
Nuh-uh, it's not my fault the lamb ran so fast.
Lamb?
Dolly, what you doing, Dolly? Dolly clone? I don't see them here either. It must be tiring taking care of your younger siblings, yes? Children of that age love to play around and make so much noise. Thanks for the concern. But but it's fine this way too. They're having fun at least.
You have a lot to worry about as an older brother. Now that I think back on the past incidents, I think like a friend might feel the same sometimes.
Do you have an older sibling, Dr. Kalon? I've never heard.
It's your fault. It's all your fault.
Hey, you brats. Where'd you run off to?
Ennis. It's Ennis. We sat on a big air cushion boat and chased a fluffy little lamb.
What are you talking about? What lamb?
A fluffy little lamb that lifted her boat up with its head to play with us like a ball. When we catch it, we gotta make it sit on our boat. Ennis, over there. The lamb is back.
Where?
Look up.
Wait, these are surfboards. Why are they flying in the sky?
Surfboards and swim rings. They use the hot spring steam to leap into the air, jumping over Fashion Street and into the sky, beyond the tourist view. Everyone's eyes are glued to the objects swirling around as if living creatures.
Oh, they're so cute. The image is adorable. Look at all of them. I like how chill Kalon is, just sitting on her chair. As one do. She's just like, eh. This is surprising, but I'm just gonna chill here as one do. So cute. So precious. Also, good thumbnail for next stream. Heh heh heh. And Adele sees something slightly different than the others. The surfboards cruising across the sky have sheep standing on them. They don't seem content with just racing the waterways. Hot water, vapor, colorful surfboards, and swim rings. The sheep sweep them all up, and together they pour into the hustle and bustle of Fashion Street. This is bad. Dolly said that he would teach them a lesson. Was he lying to me? Oh no, they're splashing the hot spring water everywhere. Snowcent, did you design a flying surfboard behind my back because I rejected your idea for an observation wheel suspended above the hot spring? No. Didn't you arrange this, Miss Flyer?
No, it wasn't me either.
The two look at each other, then hesitantly turn their gazes around toward Adele, who has been standing to the side the whole time. Adele?
You...
What? No, it's not me either.
Odd. Could it be Bison then?
Yoo-hoo, little lamb, fluffy little lamb. The lamb is flying.
I'll go look. Whoa, Aya, Snowcent. The surfboards are really flying. Whatever. Let's get on those things.
Who's in charge here? Quick! Someone should mass produce these surfboards.
Woohoo! Mr. Dolly. Is this the hot springs you were talking about?
Well, that is a sight.
They're gonna be so disappointed when the surfboards stop doing the thing. It's like, why aren't the surfboards being magical anymore? Oh, sadness. Okay, and over here, boop. And then boop. I want to put her out here. Yeah, over here seems good. Actually, no, right here. Yeah, that's even better. Yes, indeed. And I should put one of these down because why not? Or not? Why not? Okay, this is good so far. More of this. And then over here, because why not again? I should just bring out a longer range healer at this point. Lumen saved me. But that's for later. For now, this is good. Also, if I just bonk these guys before they even get here, even better. Depending what the lambs are doing, if they're stealing stuff, or I mean borrowing stuff from people, no, I'd be annoyed as heck. Like, can you stop doing that? Causing so much chaos. I hate it. But if they were flying around the sky like that, I'd watch them, but I would not join them. I'd be afraid of falling. Not worth the risk. Okay, let's see. This is not too bad so far. I could afford to put more down. Let's see. I'll put you over here. Yes, indeed. Stay here, sir. And just for the funsies, might as well put another healer. Actually, no, she can reach. Kind of. She can reach some of them. That's good. Some is better than none. And, might as well just put that there for funsies.
Mission accomplished.
Good job, team.
Hoof. Why are you still here? I'm going to be scuttling around like like a four-legged metal crab on a beach until I can get all of your signatures. Fine, scuttle on then. I'm picking up, going home and having a drink. Be my guest. I bought this new gadget at the market today. This Originium microwave massager. Something or another. Colombian thing. Can't make a sense of it, but it works wonders. Feels like a real relief sticking it on my back. It's not bad trying something new. Was that Shaggy Beckbeast riding a surfboard on the roof one of your funnies too? Shaggy Beckbeast. No, that's not. Shame about that. I liked it. Entertainment that good has been rare ever since we lost the Obsidian Festival.
Oh, he could see the sheep too.
I'm glad I made you happy. Right, got something for you. Kalimba? Did you pick this up from the same market? Congrats on the marriage, Sonny. You've got a safe job for your family, a boring one, but you've got a sense of responsibility. I can understand you like stability, but a life's full of ways. Don't live out the hound days, son. Each day lived is a hound day. You just have to roll with the punches.
I've never heard of a hound day. That's a saying that is not said here.
I used to gamble with your grandpa, if you remember. We said you'd always come back from Obsidian with the grand prize one day. Honestly, what a waste of all that musical talent. If you're interested, I can still bring my guitar out sometime. Play it for you again. If you played us a number on the thing sooner, your letter might have been the first to have my signature on it. Thanks.
Oh, that's so nice. Something wholesome finally for Mr. Costa. Finally, Costa gets a win. He gets a kalimba and a congratulations on his marriage. But he still got roasted in the end. So congratulations on getting a wonderful wife, but dang, your job is boring, bro. Mrs. Harley, we recovered the surfboard that went missing here. Can you check if that's all of them? I'm so sorry about this.
You helped me here. What are you apologizing for? I didn't think these old things would ever get used again. It's funny, just who would have taken them?
Oh well, I'm not too sure either.
That's alright, girl. It could be some tourists just picked them up while they were having too much fun. No harm, no foul. How are you? Did you have fun today? You mean getting drenched in hot spring water? Didn't it bring back a little of that seaside fun? It hasn't been so lively in forever. Even the customers here to drink were all smiles. Those owners were always frowning day in and day out. Even the drink was starting to taste bad.
Harley looks towards the tourists outside who haven't scattered. Sunset gradually dyes the skies. Every single person's feeling merry.
It's like we've gone back years and years.
A man listlessly heads for the old cafe and pushes open its door once again. He feels for the light switch. Carefully, he uses a rag to wipe the dust from the counter, then pulls the equipment out from the cupboards before pulling a pouch out of his chest pocket. Fresh coffee beans brought back from the office. Like so many years ago, he boils, he grinds, then attentively he pours.
Hoof. Flavor is... I guess I've gotten rusty.
I want some of that coffee, even if it's questionable coffee. I want it. It's probably pretty good. He looks out of the window. One after another, people make their way home while it's still dusk. The streets grows gradually more desolate until there's no one out at all. Only then does he chuckle to himself bitterly.
Seriously, what the hell am I waiting for?
He finishes his coffee and prepares to tidy everything away and get out of here. A knock comes from the door. Costa remembers he never even shut it.
Who is it?
Good evening. Are you still open? Catching up with an old friend. Mr. Dolly, you promise you've made it clear to the little black sheep not to cause trouble like this anymore?
Yep, any more, miss, and I'll disavow them as my clones.
Tumbles about in the air. That one looks drunk. I mean, it has, I assume, a wine bottle and wine glass.
Headbutts wall in the street.
Mr. Dolly!
Fine, I'll try as hard as I can.
Attempts to walk calmly. See, much better. But they still cause plenty of chaos in the trade fair today.
But the air is full of the smell of joy, you mean?
It's sugary sweet even now. It's just like the first time I took a walk across the countries you talk about. Where there's hilly areas you can glide, where there's watery areas you can surf. I even had a couple of bastard annoying animals chasing me all over the wilds. Every place produces something different. Knowing how your human race can't just tour the whole place, getting to see such interesting things must be a novel for you, right? Why do I get the sense that you're showing off, Mr. Dolly?
Busted.
Did you have fun today then, Adele? Hot springs let you relax, skateboarding's a thrill, and that loud-ass penguins, loud-ass music got you pumped up, didn't it? Mr. Dolly, those children could see the lambs! Huh? How is it this hard to cheer you up? There's that brooding flavor in the air again, bitter and tart. Adele turns away to hide a little giggle, then recovers her straight face. Mr. Dolly, we're here. I need to leave the owner a note saying that we found the exhibit, and thank you for worrying about us. I have the pen and paper in my bag. Oh, is this cafe open again? Dim yellow lights perfuse the interior. Through the windows, the cafe's furnishings can vaguely be made out. Costa pours hot water, the sound breaking the silence between him and his customer. Condensation fills the windows. Adele gently wipes the hot spring's white mist from the glass, and finally catches a proper glimpse of the customer. What do we stop for? Are we going in for coffee? Professor Keller? Yeah. Nah, no to entering. Let the friends catch up. It's been years after all. I got the Atlas of Terra's volcanoes. I never thought you'd have kept it safe for so many years. Thank you.
Ah, I asked the little lady. She came here looking for some exhibit. Just so happened to be the volcanoes museums. Is, she your employee?
Adele is my student.
Ah, your student. Right.
You've been...
Quite the miserable worker at the city hall lately, gathering signatures for an LOI to relocate the residents.
My parents left their own little clothing shop. Reasonably speaking, I should need to sign too.
Do you have any objections to the redevelopment then?
Our family stopped leaning on this place for our livelihood long ago. It would make your work go If it would make your work go any smoother?
Of course, and thank you for your cooperation. Want another cup?
Can that come with the old complimentary chat then?
As a qualified barista, listening is part of my work. Take a seat then. I mean barista, not barista.
Silly me. Maybe we should go, Mr. Dolly? Today doesn't seem like the right one to leave a message. Aw, but the coffee smells so good. Can we have some? Prepares to charge headlong into the cafe. Hey, hey!
The closed glass door blocks the lamp strike, and it hardly makes as loud a noise as she expected.
It simply turns tail and shoots back into the street, where it tumbles around.
Adele nervously observes how the two inside react.
Why did you up and leave when you did?
I met two very interesting people. When you study volcanoes, you're always visiting new places.
I remember. You met each other in here a lot.
And if they came, you'd plug your guitar in, and off you went with your heavy metal racket. Magna always felt that boy at the cafe never seemed to welcome them too much.
I was just a little too willful of a brat back then. It wasn't meant at them specifically.
I know, and they didn't take it to heart. You gave them coffee soda to try once, and it made us swear to secrecy that we wouldn't tell Grandpa Mockingbird.
He couldn't stand the drinks I came up with. Every time I added them to the menu, he'd wipe them off. They were just as bizarre as my axe and my drum kit. By the way, that wasn't just your average coffee soda. It was called volcanic coffee.
Alright, volcanic coffee. It was a nice drink in any case. After he went to Lithuanian, Kate would follow your recipe to recreate the flavor himself. For himself.
How are Katya and Magna doing? I remember when you left Siesta, you said you'd be visiting every volcano across the land with them.
I spent a long time with them on our travels, but a few years ago we strayed apart.
Strayed?
Yes, and we're never to meet again.
Was it? I'm so sorry.
Hence why I came back, opened the museum, hoped I could preserve all the research they've done.
When I saw you at the museum that day, it totally blindsided me.
It was a great surprise to me too. You're nothing like the nosy little child I remember.
You too. You're a museum curator and everything.
I suppose I've turned an old ideal or two into reality. No matter what though, the conviction that keeps me going now isn't really what drove me in the first place anymore. I'm getting that Keller is older than Costa. I wonder how old Costa was. When I see Costa's sprite, I think of him as being maybe in his 40s. But maybe he's actually super young. I'm so sorry, Costa. Oh no, I've roasted you too. I'm sorry, Costa. You are very accomplished. Good job. Still, change isn't always a bad thing, wouldn't you say? Because when she says that he was just a boy back then, I'm just imagining like preteen or teenage Costa. The two lapse into silence for a while. The customer lightly stirs at the coffee in her cup.
Did you go to the trade fair today?
The trade fair? I did. Tourists were profuse, proprietors were in high spirits, much like the siesta of old.
Maybe once this place is all rebuilt, and the tourist influx comes, I'll have an idea or two about what's next for me.
For example?
Who knows? I'll probably keep running a cafe, but maybe a rock and roll cafe or just a music shop. Filled to the walls with drum kits and guitars, lots to try. Always someone out there who'll enjoy it. Just like you say, just like the siesta of old. Oh, something very funny that happened today too. I was at the trade fair and I saw this soft drink from Colombia. The recipe was 1-for-1 with my volcanic coffee, the exact same.
Well, I didn't leak your secret recipe.
No. It was a year ago when I was planning to shutter the shop. I told somebody else about how to make it. But honestly, it's just coffee plus soda water. Of course some Colombian could have come up with it on their own too.
Hand-brewed coffee and soda water. How did you come up with it at first?
When I was young, I thought coffee was so bitter. I was convinced I had to add something to even make it drinkable.
You shook the whole cafe playing your rock and roll, and yet you were bad with bitter.
Who'd care about something like that back then?
Keller laughs, downing the last gulp of coffee in her cup. The aroma lingers hazily in the cafe air.
So, want soda in this cup too?
Sure. But after this one, I may well genuinely spend the whole night awake. Adele, let me just be upfront. I told them what I told them, but a lot of them are dying to go inside, probably to taste this volcanic coffee. To make up for the owner's losses, I can leave a product from today's trade fair in exchange. A product from the fair? Where'd you get it? A lovely little child gave me it. Honest. We can't go in now. Sniffs in the corner. Turns over a box. The restless lambs drag a case of glass bottles out from the junk to Adele's side, and zealously churn through it for something. Eventually, they get a few bottles of carbonated water clamped in their mouths and pull off the metal caps, acting like they found treasure. What are you doing? Didn't you want a soda? The lambs bounce about, each one with a shiny bottle cap on their head. Then they land together and playfully scamper away. They just wanted the bottle cap. Is this wholesome moment considered proof? I'm not sure regarding, like, proof of not being suspicious of her. Just work and... Well, I'm not sure about Keller herself, but I usually separate work and play. Or at least I try my best to. And I see this as, like, you know, kinda pushing the two aside. She's not in work mode, she's in play mode, catching up with an old friend. I said to wait. What makes them even more impatient than me? What was all that? Oh, that's the seed they were after. What about these bottle caps? Make them seeds. The world as they see it isn't quite the world you all see. This itty-bitty little round thing gets taken by Falbies to places far, far away, where it takes root and sprouts and becomes something completely unlike before. Some become soda caps, some become sauce lids. Each one has a different flavor, but they all have their own charms. I assume at least one of them drank that sort of volcanic coffee in Colombia before, so this rings a bell at them, and then particularly loud. Isn't it more than fascinating to view the world that way? Digs at the soil. But all that granted, just because you planted the bottle caps doesn't mean they're gonna grow into drinks. Let them have their fun. The answers will grow by themselves. I wish I could grow drinks like that.
Hello, Costa here. Mr. Costa, this is your grandfather's
Clinician, I'm sorry to tell you this, but your grandfather passed away this evening.
The day when Mr. Costa was finally having fun. Catching up on with an old friend, getting congratulated for his marriage, and then this happens.
I don't know if this will be of any comfort to you, but I want you to know he left us peacefully. Mr. Costa can't catch a break here. Sheesh.
Okay, another tutorial, no fear. Let's go into it.
Wee. Clap along with me. Poor Costa. I'm sorry, Costa.
The shimmering lights here seem a little strange.
That's a sign that the fluffy buddy is present. If carmine steam or pure white steam appears on the tile with a fluffy body on it, they will turn invisible and immediately explode, producing more steam clouds of the same type. Uh-oh. Actually, that's kind of good. Give me white steam. Oh no, it's pink steam instead. Oops. Okay, let's do that. Why not here? Aha! Here I come! Dolly, why? Why are we gonna fight you, Dolly? Get out of here! Our attacks seem to be merely tickling Dolly. Is this due to his wool shield? Dolly? Dolly, stop being sus! I thought you were here just to have... Oh no, this is fun for him. He's like, fighting? Amazing! But you can weaken his shield by attacking him while next to a decorative geyser. Oh, that's so specific. It gotta be by a geyser.
Don't forget, you can also significantly weaken Dolly's shield by smashing steam soda bottles near him.
Or that. Yeah, let's smash some bottles. I think that's better. When Dolly's will shield completely disappears, he'll no longer receive reduced damage, and won't be as rowdy as before.
The best time for a showdown is when Dolly falls to the ground. Dolly? Stop being sus, Dolly.
A little bit more, let me put this down here.
Stop it, Dolly.
Uh-oh, what are you doing, Dolly? I don't like this, Dolly. I'm leaving. We shall meet again after you found the things I lost. Yeah, get out of here, Dolly. Can we just, like, not fight, Dolly? Come on, Dolly. Wait, Dolly, stop. Oi! Oi, Dolly! I don't know if you're allowed to leave. Oh no, am I gonna lose? Dolly? Dolly?
Mission accomplished.
Okay, good. That did not count for something bad happening. Whew, I would have been so upset. Dolly does not look intimidating at all, but Dolly is a troll. And okay, I got one new area to farm, that's good. Now to rain, rain, go away. It'd be great if this weren't a dream, and if it is, then it's just a great dream. The setting sun seems to be the last customer of the small shop. The one behind the counter is no longer a familiar old man, but a coffee-colored creature. It cranks the grinder handle, and the aroma of coffee wafts into the air, with bits and pieces of finely grounded beans. A record spins slowly as a loudspeaker sings leisurely.
Oh, welcome.
I don't think I saw you earlier. Are you new here?
I think so because I don't have any memories from yesterday. I don't know why I'm here, but I thought I'd make a cup of coffee.
Oh, would you like one? Coffee has a nimbly wonderful flavor that comes only when you brew it by hand. Now let's see. Where did I put those newly arrived beans? I should have stored them myself. Seems like it's behind some kind of guitar. Talks of guitars is suddenly making me a little angry. How odd. What's got my heart frazzling? Guitar? Angry? Are you okay? Never mind, maybe it's because that guitar looks a bit boring. Please, just sit anywhere you like. The one you're waiting for will soon be here. The one I'm waiting for? Are you waiting, or is it the other? I can't tell. Oh, you're here. I remember you. Good evening, Adele. So sorry I'm late. Did you remember to have breakfast today? Yes, I did. Huh? Why do you ask? Good girl. You've changed your clothes. Are you ready? Clothes? Huh? This isn't Muti's coat? Pack your things and let's go shopping. We'll go buy some things we need to climb a volcano. The sun inches down bit by bit as the street lamps across the path light up like stars. Adele's vision is a little fuzzy, as if she has seen a sky like this somewhere, some time before. Was there a short street in the small town on the Lithuanian southern border, or on the road back home from her school in her memories? She can even remember the smell in the air, then, slightly moist with a hint of sunshine and plants growing, exactly the same now. Is this your shopping mall? Yes, we have to make some preparations before we climb the volcano. I know there's many things we need to bring. A compass, protective clothing, a camera, a tent and some flint too, if we're camping overnight. No, we won't need those in here. First, we need to buy enough knowledge, courage, and curiosity. Check the prices before buying one of each, and lastly buy a little luck.
Yo, can I buy some luck? I would like to buy all the luck, please. All the luck you have in stock. In stock, please.
Please, some luck.
Yeah, that coffee one could be Costa's grandpa in her dream. Like a representative of him.
But luck is very expensive, and often the fastest to sell out, so it's alright to skip if you don't have the budget. I see. The fluffy creature shakes itself, and several soda bottle caps fall out from her wool. They clink and tinkle into the merchant's pouch.
Thank you for your generosity.
I may need to buy a bit more courage. I have enough courage to climb the volcano, but I need a bit more courage to leave home. The fluffy critter shakes itself again before more caps falling out. The merchant opens its pouch, waiting for more.
Not enough, not enough. If the pouch isn't full, I can't give you courage. If the pouch isn't full.
If you don't manage to buy courage, will you be able to climb the volcano? It's alright, Adele. Things like this happen all the time. I've gradually become used to finding courage by and for myself. Adele, let's get moving. We must be careful on our journey, and look after our things well. Things? But I didn't bring anything with me. Someone wants to steal the photograph. Follow me and keep an eye on my package, okay? What did you just say? I didn't catch that. We can't go on like this, Adele. Here, for you. The cuddly creature shakes itself, and a fluff of wool falls out. What's this? Go on, put it on your ear, and you'll be able to hear. Now we have to find the next one. There is yet another fluffy critter covering a window in front of him with photographs. Oops. He turns his head at the sound of the footsteps. His fluffy back fidgets repeatedly, covering the windows full of photos. Oh, you two, you're finally here. We have much to prepare. How's the weather looking? The sky is full of thick clouds. I'm afraid it might rain soon. Do we still have time? Not much left. We'll need to hurry. Adele looks at the sky without a cloud in sight. Do you need me to buy an umbrella? No, Adele, look. I'm an umbrella. We can't let the photograph get wet or be stolen. I'll keep it safe in my package. What is this photograph you're talking about? Shh. I hope you never find out. And if you do, that it happens far, far in the future. The solemn creature lowers his head.
I feel like she's having... It feels more like an illusion, if anything.
The solemn creature lowers his head. Let's go. We'll head upwards in a bit. And that's where we want to go. You don't have enough wool yet, Adele. Here, this is mine. Okay. The two creatures seem to have shrunk a little, and Adele looks just like one of them.
Oh, the wall seems to be bumping me upwards. That means our trip is about to begin. How's the view up there? Always great before the rain falls. And how are you feeling? Always great before the rain falls. And you, Adele? You seem to be in a good mood? The petite critter follows them, skipping and hopping. Along the street, the lights, the clouds, and the stars, it tries its best to get higher and higher. Wow, I think it's gotten stronger. Will it come with us? The fluffy critter doesn't answer, and she bites onto a corner of Adele's coat. Clink, clank, and they step on the lights. Adele feels as if she's flying. People are come and go on the street. No, it is sheep that are moving to and fro. Oh, be careful. He might run into someone. They're selling flowers up ahead. I need to hurry. No need to rush still. Your rainbow's all crooked. Here, let me help you straighten it. Alright, off you go. Thank you, see you, so long. Little black sheep shuffle through the streets one after another, going in and out of the shops. The streets at night have taken on a different look. Adele turns her head to look for her two companions, who are separated by the waves of little black sheep. As soon as she turns, she is greeted by the sight of two fluffy little creatures quietly standing right behind her. It is as if they have been waiting here for countless years. Adele, you have to plant a pebble when you return this time. A pebble? Yes, just like we did with the small hunk of rock before. We buried it in the ground, which was originally in a very dark shade, until it met many different kinds of rocks. Let me guess, because you bought a lot of luck for it? The two fluffy critters continue jumping upwards towards the sky, seeming more distant than ever. Adele stands in between, her hands outstretched holding on to their wool. Well, that is one reason, but the important bit is that I water it with love every day. And memories. Can you buy those in the shops too? No, little one. Love and memories are our own treasures. They will grow on the paths that you tread, in your embraces, and on the cheeks you kiss. But sometimes they go unnoticed, so we always have to work hard to find them. The little stone traveled through many mountains underground, and followed the rivers through the many places, knocking and bumping into things, and finally we realized we had no idea where it had gone. We lost it. Then, are you too sad because of that? We feel regret. Perhaps we shouldn't have planted it, or maybe we should have planted it somewhere we could see. Every little stone is unique, and we lost what was ours. But I recall that it turned out into a lava in the end, warm and piping hot, and we all loved it. Yes, we loved it. Then alright. It managed to turn to lava in the end, and you didn't forget it. I think this little stone was already fortunate enough. Maybe it's a dream, a story. A story circling in my head that needed us to tell you about it. Then if you ever meet this rock again one day, do you think you'll be able to recognize it? Adele, my little rascal. Will we still recognize it? No, it has already turned into a beautiful lava. Red-hot lava rushing forward, never to look back again. We will never meet it again. We will only be at its back. It will go to places we have never been, to see sights we have never seen. And all we need to do is remember this story to tell it to you. You'll also have to plant your own little pebble, and then watch it take root and sprout. Watch it go far away. Look, Adele, we've reached the peak. The little stones have already turned to lava. The eruption is about to begin. Is this story about to end too? Not at all. This is just the beginning. It will turn into a cloud and then fall back into the ground. It will no longer be a rock, but a handful of warm and white volcanic ash. It's the little stones turning into nutritious volcanic ash that allows the land to bloom.
Our little stone will return someday. When that happens, we'll be able to see it again. Will that be a long time or will it be soon? Maybe. We don't know. Come, Adele, hold on to me. We too will turn to clouds and then fall back to the earth. We're going to fly down together. Adele hugs the creatures by her side and tries making a step. She falls downwards, but it is slow and light as if she is floating. She sees her hair flying around her. The other little black sheep lightly jumping around the lights of the shops. The wool on her body holds her up, enveloping her. An experience already in the depths of her childhood memories. Her parents hold her up and throw her into the sky to catch the stars above. She falls onto the wool, fluffy and soft beneath her. The stars fall into her eyes, and her eyes grow hot. Shadows come and go on the street, and Adele tries to get onto her feet, wanting to share this fantastic feeling with the two fluffy creatures by her side. Hugh, where are we going next? I spotted many more little shops in the distance when we were above earlier. Should we go around and take a look? I'll go look for places where we can find more bottle caps, so we can buy more of the things we want. Adele's breathing quickens with her excitement. The little black sheep from earlier mentioned a flower shop just up ahead. My mother used to always place some flowers by the bed when I was young. Do you like flowers? Those small and white flowers that look like you too. Look, just like the ones on that little black sheep. The fluffy creatures fall silent, no longer replying. The stars in the sky dim, and then light up as they open their mouths. Little one, I know. The bedside flowers do smell really good. I love them too. Then I'll buy some and make garlands for you. Just wait for me here. I haven't made one in a long time. The remainder of Adele's words choke in her throat. She realizes the fluffy critters have stopped following her. The flowers and leaves from her staff fluttering around the two. They take a few steps back, their figures melting into the night. No, Adele, we have to go. The clouds have gathered and will never again disperse. Yes, it's time. Where are you going? We have to head back up to the volcano before it starts to rain. Up the volcano. Don't go to the volcano, you'll... No, Adele. The rain will soon fall. If we don't go, everything we've done before will be for naught. You will drown if you stay somewhere low. Adele, you have to go to the peak. It has a beautiful view and also the truth. Adele, I hope that you can stay pure and focused. This land is not at all pure, but there shouldn't be anything disturbing the heart of someone keen for answers. We want to expand the boundaries of what humanity knows, together with you. We're working our hardest for this reason, and you'll definitely stand on our shoulders to see a clearer and lovelier land. Adele. So long, Adele. That's ominous. It started off cute and then it turned ominous towards the end. That's a premonition. Oh man, though, is the sheep world the spiritual world? If it is, then that's a big oof if she's able to go there every so often, because she is sick. Little cabin in the wood. I can just do one more tonight. And then the rest for Monday. Yes, Monday indeed. I do prefer these sheep rather than the ones during the daytime when everyone's awake. Those daytime ones are rascals. These ones are bittersweet, the night ones.
A disaster. This is a disaster, I tell you. You called this interior design. No wonder no one hires siestans for design work. This is a tourist destination, yet it has no architectural style of its own, and you don't even know how to copy someone else's properly. How could you sully the elegance of Victorian style like this? Look at this table. I said I want to have a marble-like texture. Instead, you went with this cheap, low-quality wood.
Perhaps you should look at your budget and again see if you gave me enough for even half a slab of faux marble.
Ha, alright. Looks like you don't quite understand your place, Miss Anne Meyer. If it wasn't for me, you'd still be following the Sargonian caravans, fumbling your way around town. There's nothing stopping me from reporting you to the cops as an undocumented immigrant who illegally entered Colombia. Then you won't see so much as a dime.
If you do that, I'll report you for sheltering and hiring an illegal immigrant. Now pay me.
Why, you... Humph, what a foolish siestan. So crude and disrespectful. With a city so stupid as to willingly give up their obsidian mining industry and their bread and butter, they're bound to be citizens like you with no respect for others.
Money first. Yell at him only after you get the money.
Nothing to say. The tragic thing about you is that you haven't even realized Siesta's foolishness, and you're here shouting and accusing me.
I can't make nothing from this job. I need my traveling money.
If you people had chosen to join Victoria all those years ago, you would have long become citizens of the Empire, indulged in the opulence the Emperor has to offer, and found your place in the Empire's grand history. Instead, you're here, trying to earn a bit of coin to get in your way. Humph, looks like you're at least savvy enough to understand my point. Take this, it's your pay. Humph, counted well. It's in Victorian pounds. You know the denominations, right? Don't you even think I'm trying to shortchange you, lest you make yourself seem ill-mannered.
Mister, you aren't deserving of my manners. You don't know anything about Siesta's history. You don't even know the first thing about the Victorian architectural history you're so proud of. What's more, Victoria's glory is all thanks to your ancestors' contributions. It hasn't got one bit to do with you. Why don't you go take a look at the buildings of Victoria and see how Siesta's obsidian has changed your architectural style and become the kind of luxury commodity that you snobs adore so much? Who's the one with a narrow perspective here?
Why, you?
The Siestans close off the mines to protect the environment. Everything we do it for the sake of our homeland's future. Not like some stingy man who's just talking about the glorious past over and over to win himself respect. I'm going back to rebuild my homeland to help breathe new life into it. But what about you? What have you done for Victoria given the shape it's in these days? Anne Meyer curls her lips a little and measures the thickness of the stack of bills with her hand. Good job, Anne Meyer. Tell him off. It could be like a reality marble, but if it's like a spiritual world, I'm just thinking of Spirited Away. Kind of like that kind of thing. Even the Colombian demolition crews pay more. Oh, noble employer. I only hope your taste will help you make your comeback. Now, cheerio! Need to go over anything again? It doesn't hurt to be careful.
Everything of value is still here, and the house is in one piece. That's good enough for me.
I'll send you the reward I promised you. The exhibition grade obsidian and the certificate will make it to you in probably 2 months.
That's great. I'm looking forward to it.
The collector's eyes briefly lights up, though his excitement doesn't last particularly long. Is there some kind of bewitching power to these obsidians that has you enthralled like this?
Are you interested in obsidian yourself? I suppose not. I've learned my lesson. There are very few people out there who truly have an eye for their beauty. Most with have their eyes on obsidians are up to no good. Never mind, I shan't bother you any longer. Goodbye!
Mr. Pelipper Brown, are you perhaps related to the bankrupt Siestan tycoon, Beat Brown?
Don't even mention that scary old man.
There may not be many who still remember him, but I'm sure he was much more well-known back when obsidian was still Siesta's main export. I spotted his name when I was going over the data. I didn't expect his successor to be running a little hot spring hotel in the area.
The volcano gives Siesta plenty of riches, and the hot springs are no less wonderful than the obsidian. The old man died a couple years ago, Oripathy. He never went anywhere close to the mines, but he got infected on his way to Colombia for vacation.
Oh, that sucks. Imagine going on vacation that happens.
when the car's originium engine broke down.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear.
He wasn't really a good man, but the mines did create many jobs. If his protective measures were just a little more comprehensive, perhaps he would have won the gratitude of the miners.
I've heard that when the government announced the ban on obsidian mining, your mines were the first ones to work towards shutting down.
What else was I supposed to do? The only alternative I had was to break the law.
Alright, Mr. Brown. I hope we'll get to work together again in the future. Your hot spring hotel is very spectacular. Would you perhaps be interested in developing it into a hot spring resort?
I'll pass. I'd rather not go through all the ruckus. That is, unless you make me an offer that I truly can't resist. Say, an even bigger obsidian that's even more pleasing to the eye.
Speaking of which, your obsidian collection here have all been directly cut and polished. How come there's a geode that hasn't been polished whatsoever?
Oh. Don't you get any funny ideas about it? The thing's more expensive than all the pieces in the hotel combined.
Adele? Adele? Is this Muti's hand? So warm. Muti is stroking my shoulder. Wake up, Adele. Adele, you mustn't sleep here. You'll catch a cold. I won't. It's very warm when you're here by my side. Muti. Adele? Keller hides a surprised expression on her face and reaches her hand out to gently pat Adele's head. Are you awake? Oh, Professor Keller. Did I just... I'm sorry, Professor Keller. I fell asleep. You seem exhausted. Did you have a nightmare? Are you feeling unwell? Or is it your illness? I'm okay. Adele sees that the elder scholar is looking at her with a worried expression. Her eyes are full of concern. During their short time together, she has never seen the stern scholar look so gentle. Professor Keller, could you tell me just what happened at William University all those years ago? I don't understand, Adele. What are you asking? No, Adele, we have to go. Yes, it's time. Where are you going? We have to head back up the volcano before it starts to rain. Rain? Professor Keller, does the word rain have any other meaning? Silence. Kelly bites her lip as though there is something that she wants to say, but she nonetheless swallows those words back down. Adele, when this observation is over, I will tell you everything, alright? Mr. Dolly, you told me before that every little black sheep is different. They aren't just your clones, right? Are those dreams really just dreams? We found the northern wind and the seed. Will you give me all these answers if we find the fur? Why does it seem like everyone is hiding just about everything from me? There is no answer. And unlike the mischievous kind of silence she got before, Adele can feel that something has truly disappeared from her side. Adele looks around the empty exhibit hall and finds the whistling rock specimen that was lost and then recovered a few days ago, sitting where it sat, having not moved an inch. Mr. Dolly? Mr. Dolly's recovering after that tutorial fight. He got bonked a bunch and he's like, nah, time to rest. Good morning, siesta. Today is August 21st, 10:99. The humidity is 63%, visibility 12 km, winds blowing south-southwest. Estimated 3 days until volcanic eruption. The exciting time is almost upon us. How is everyone feeling? Who do you want to share the moment with? Did any of you forget anything back at Old Siesta? If you did, that's too bad. I mean, what's anyone supposed to do? You only have yourself to blame for being so careless in your move. It's all too late now. But whatever the case may be, we should try to look at the bright side. It's only by casting away our old burdens that we can better welcome the future. You go your way. Let's get our day started with a song from the Reef Band.
Watch out, be careful. Hold the sign up, it's a bit heavy, so get a good grip.
It's such an old sign. Since we're tearing things down anyway, can't we cut it up first before we take it down?
Yeah, we may be tearing this place down and moving, but if Old Man Mockingbird were to find out about you cutting his sign down with an axe, he'd climb out of his grave and beat the living hell out of you. Stop complaining. 3, 2...
Mister, are all these instruments here discounted?
Yeah, they're all as cheap as I can get. I couldn't bring myself to, but I figured I wouldn't have a chance to sell them once I moved to the city center. Keeping the instruments on a gag order? Now that would be a real waste. How about it? Why don't you pick one? I remember you said you've always wanted your own guitar. I could give you a free textbook on how to play too.
This discounted guitar goes for 150 certs, and it says he earns 3 for every hour he works.
Oh,
That's gonna be a lot of hours of work. Oof. Eee. He has to work. That's like almost 3 weeks worth of working. Assuming he's working full-time, just a regular job. Let me think about it.
Not like we can bring it with us. Might as well take it out and let everyone have some fun. We want to do something special that we can look back on before we all move out of the street. Like what? Drink? Look at the sea? Set off some fireworks? We'll invite all the old miners that we used to drink with, and the other shopkeepers on the street. Have them bring their friends and family.
Ooh, hello.
How about we have a party at the Empty Plate the night before the eruption? A container party. Sounds cool, doesn't it?
A container party?
Mr. Costa. Oh, the punk from the White Volcano. What are you doing here? Don't you need a look after the shop? We're preparing for our move too. We don't have a lot of customers these days. If I don't come out to earn some cash, we might all just go hungry. I'm sorry about Grandpa Mockingbird. May he rest in peace. He was getting on in years. It was going to happen. Perhaps he's in some other place, sharing his taste in coffee. No need to be so polite. Just a couple years ago, you were still a punk who would come out to watch my concert at night instead of going to bed. Just call me Costa like before. If I remember correctly, it was the Cory Bantic Costa. I'm not so Cory Bantic anymore. My guitar, bass, synth. Sold them all long ago. Truth be told, I really miss sneaking into the venues with the adults too. Those were the good times. You'll get it once you get a little older. There are no such things as good times. All times are a waste of time. It's only after we waste our time away that we can bring our memories back out, dust them off, and think back on how great those times were. Thinking back, I must have pissed Grandpa off so much back then.
The city hall staffer squints at the cars on the street. The cars zoom past them, leaving behind a few streaks of silhouette in his vision.
Suenis, if there's anything you want to do, do it now. Don't wait until everything you knew no longer resemble what they once were. By then it's all too late. Yeah, I will.
Costa taps Ennis' shoulder and sighs.
The residents of the shopping district have, for the most part, agreed to the rebuilding proposal, and my work has come to an end for the time being. With the way things are, this isn't so bad. Life must go on.
Strange. I haven't seen a single sheep on my way here. We have to go now. Yes, it's time. The streets today seem awfully quiet. Was it all just a dream? No, the letter, the rock, and the surfboard that flew right into the sky, they were all real. Adele tries her hardest to think back on what proof she had that all the adventures she had the past few days are real. But the harder she digs into her memories, the less believable her memories become. Mr. Dolly! Are you there? Mr. Dolly? Mr. Dolly! Are you still there? The girl's voice is carried away by the wind. Dolly, why you be ghosting her? Your blood crystal density is fluctuating a little, but for the most part, it's still within the normal range. You said you passed out suddenly. What do you mean by that, more specifically?
Dr. Kalon, can neuropathy cause hallucinations?
Theoretically, it's possible. What did you see?
Lots of little black sheep, and they all talk to me. And I don't know why, but it feels like I've seen them before.
Well, that sounds like it could have been caused by stress. But it's weird. Some old miners have told me about similar hallucinations when they came in for consultations. Let's keep an eye out for a few more days. During the time, make sure you take your medicine on time and get as much rest as you can. If you get any hallucinations again or feel unwell, come to me immediately.
Okay.
If only all my patients would be so cooperative as Aya, things would be so much easier for me as a doctor. Not like a certain someone here who's always giving me a headache.
Stop chewing me out. I'm here for my follow-up and my medicine, am I not?
Alright, this counts as an improvement. As a way to encourage you, I won't charge you for this consultation.
Really?
But I have something I want to ask you. A few days ago, I found this basket of obsidian on the shopping district. None of the shops nearby admitted that it was theirs. Do you have any clues about its origins?
Well...
Judging from their color, these obsidians are very similar to the one you gave me before. It could very well have been mined around the same time from the volcano.
It wasn't me, I promise. I haven't been near that volcano since I got infected.
So you mean there are still people mining obsidian illegally? Ennis, what else do you know?
Well, I guess I'd be lying if I said I didn't know anything about it.
Don't try to fudge your way out of this. Out with it!
Dr. Kalon, some of the workers here know that you're the mayor's daughter. It was hard enough to get them to come to you for consultations. If you dig into who's mining obsidian... True, what they're doing is not right, but this might just be a conflict of interest?
I'm me and the mayor's the mayor. Why must I be grouped together with them? I came back here this time because I wanted to do something for Siesta with my knowledge. The Rhodes Island office is my blood, sweat, and tears. He's got nothing to do with that.
It seems like Dr. Kalon really doesn't like Mayor Herman.
Maybe Kalon isn't on very good terms with her father?
Phew. Anyway, Ennis, you know who the obsidian belongs to, right? Take me to them.
It makes me feel kind of like I'm selling them out, but if it's for the greater good... alright.
Take me with you. I can help identify obsidian.
No can do. Last time, you almost sneaked away. You aren't leaving here until you get enough rest.
Huh? What about me?
I'll take you out to eat. I want the food. After the night has shrouded the street, Adele steps outside the office. A lone little black sheep stands outside, staring blankly at the closed door.
Huh? Another hallucination? What's going on? Didn't I just get some rest?
Adele goes around the little black sheep and prepares to go back home. The little black sheep staggers a little and turns around from the office's door. It sways its head and turns on the miner's lamp on its back. The lamp shines and illuminates the path before Adele. Adele takes a step forward and steps into the shadow cast by the lamp on the sheep's back.
There's really a light?
She turns around and hesitantly reaches her hand out and probes. Then she feels some warm, fluffy wool.
Not a hallucination? No, I've seen you before. You're the sheep who ate the address off the letter. What's that you're carrying on your back? A miner's lamp?
Might as well follow it. It's probably gonna go to the obsidian miner. And oh gosh, this is gonna be a pain over here. I mean, no pain, no gain. Okay, yep. It's gonna be a pain. But even if it's a pain, it's okay. Only slight pain and suffering.
Yeah, slight. This'll be fine, maybe. Or maybe not fine. Uh-oh. Fine enough. Text us out. Oh gosh, too many dudes coming down the stairs. Uh-oh. No fear, no fear. Oh, look, it's a wizard one. That one's kind of cute. But at the same time, I can't get distracted by the cuteness. Okay, over here. Boop. Oh no, goodbye world. I gotta redo that. No fear. I kinda understand what I have to do now. Yes indeed, I get it. Actually no, don't bring anyone. This'll be fine. And with the same team it should be fine. Redo. Okay, same thing, kind of ish. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, boop. This time over here. And then over here. Gotta start breaking these thingies. Having my boy do a thing. Bring out a healer. Before it's too late. I ain't gonna regret it this time. Okay, yep, this is better so far. The food be here somewhere, it's just hiding. And oh, she did not. Oh, I should have made her face upwards. Oh, my bad. The healing's not gonna go where it's supposed to be. Oops. Whoopsies. Oh well, no regrets. Wait, who just went poof? Uh-oh. Oh, no, this is a disaster. Actually, no, it's not as bad. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. There's still hope in the world. Oh, it's kind of hard to see, but there is hope. Wait, who got through? Oh man, I let someone get through. Oh, my bad, I got distracted. Ooh, hello, and thank you, and uh-oh, I did a thing that was not supposed to be done. This isn't a full disaster, at least. But this is painful. Yeah, I'm gonna have to redo this. But that's later, if anything. Whee! No fear. Yeah, no fear. Because I do want to farm this one eventually.
Mission accomplished.
And it's only one that got through, so it's not too bad.
Here are the results of the latest public opinion survey. The Schweier Group's Aquatic Paradise proposal was supported by 33% of those polled, while the Mountain National Logistics Center proposal is supported by 21% of those polled. The other competitors are hovering all around 10%, although the result of the public opinion survey is only one of the factors that the city government considers when making its decision. Based on the current results, the Schweier Group's proposal has the advantage.
Say no more. I'm sure Mr. Bison here can figure out the situation by himself.
Surely, Miss Swire didn't invite me and the city government here just to gloat over the results?
Of course not. Bison, sir. I'd like to make a deal. The Schweier Group will drop out of the bidding, but in return, I want to buy into Mountain National Logistics company here.
Hasn't that been your goal all along?
Not entirely, but I thought about it a little afterwards. And your being here isn't all that bad news to me.
See, look, they can come to an agreement. That's what I was hoping for in the end. A smart business person always looks for possibilities where both parties gain something and makes decisions that yield the maximum profits given the situation.
Going by what you said, if you were really so confident, you wouldn't have come to negotiate with me.
Well, would you not agree that trading a percentage of your shares in exchange for your biggest rival's exit is a good deal?
How much are you looking at?
Swire lightly knocks on the table 3 times. I want this much.
3 knocks worth, whatever that is. I will report your arrangements to the mayor and continue to inform you of any further arrangements. I wish you a pleasant time in siesta. Is that all for the show?
For the time being, I guess.
Phew.
What's so funny?
Sorry. I just didn't expect that you resort to these means too, Commissioner Swire.
If I were to openly invest in Mountain Dash's business, forget about registering our own company. They'd rate Mountain Dash up for thousands of reasons and shut it down on our first day in siesta. My family's wary of me. Good thing they aren't that wary of me just yet. As long as they still see me as a young, hot-headed superintendent, I can still cover my actions with that as a ruse.
Phew. I'm really fortunate that I'm not actually your business rival.
This is just the first step, though. The Federation of Enterprises will put it all together sooner or later. We'll face all sorts of difficulties going forward. Are you ready?
Having come this far, it's probably too late for me to have any regrets.
Well, partners then?
Yeah, I look forward to... Your terminal?
No, isn't it yours? Swire and Bison each take out their terminals. They take a brief look at each other before hitting their respective answer keys. Hello, is this Bison, the legal representative of Mountain Trade? Hello, is this Miss Swire? The City Hall has received a report that your company has illegally employed undocumented infected. At this point, we need your company to immediately cease all operations. Please prepare the following documents for the city government's investigation. First, we need a list of all infected employees working for your company. Miss Swire, that was an interesting show. And it did buy you some time for your prank, unfortunately. The group is very unhappy with your decision. You should know that there are limits to what you should and shouldn't do. This investment game is over. Thank you for your cooperation. Goodbye. This stops here. I hope you think about the consequences of your actions. Oh, someone's spying on them. Right when they reveal the big plan. Oof.
This is some uncalled for slander.
Well, it's pretty obvious who snitched on us. They're trying to buy time right before we sign our contract just so they can catch up. But why use the infected as an excuse? Since when has Siesta had any policies against the infected in any way?
We don't have time to deal with these setbacks. If only we could convince Mayor Herman.
You're right, Herman is our chance at a breakthrough. But what reason does he have to stand on our side? Besides, if my hunch is correct, he's probably being pressured in some other way right now.
Mayor Herman, you're a hard man to reach. I thought my answer before was more than clear. There is nothing for you and I to discuss in person. Naturally, Colombian respects all the rights that Siesta enjoys as an independent city-state. I am here today for a different matter, Siesta's infected question. Colombian federal law states that the infected citizens must be enrolled in a suitable healthcare plan in order to reside in our nomadic cities. Otherwise, they must join the pioneer teams. Siesta was not a nomadic city, and so it was not bound by this regulation. However, given the current circumstances, we need to reevaluate the rule of law here. So this word game is your idea of pressuring me?
I hope you grasp the situation, Mayor Herman.
This is not a negotiation. Since when do we need to be so sneaky about buying obsidian? What choice do we have? They've been pretty strict with inspections lately. But this is a great opportunity for people like you, in the know, to seize the day. The logistics center will be done soon, and there are lots of merchants waiting to buy obsidian. When has CS and obsidian ever been all that rare? You probably have plenty hidden in your shop yourself. Why come to me? What they want is freshly mined obsidian. What's it? Volcano heated obsidian contains the land's energy and has amazing health benefits. Alright, I'll stop messing with you. Do you have any other new obsidian pieces aside from this basket? Whatever you've got, I've got buyers lined up. If the quality's good enough, they're willing to pay this much.
Ennis gestures a number with his hands.
That much? Yeah, I do. I dug up a bunch just a couple days ago. Oh, so recently? Yep, I kept some real pretty ones. Look, these are some mighty fine obsidians, don't you think?
They're lovely indeed.
I like how she shows up in her casual attire.
Now, would you please tell me more about your illegal obsidian mining operation?
Ennis, you set me up, didn't you? When did you fall so low? This isn't exactly a setup, is it? A cop with a really loud mouth taught me this. Sorry, Uncle Jackie. This is for your own good. You shouldn't put your health out on the line. We just have a couple of questions we want to ask you. Work with us, will you? That's everything. Are you gonna lock us up?
Who are you planning to sell the obsidian to?
Is it Pelipper? No, Pelipper stopped buying from us a long time ago, and he's a man of his word. He hasn't bought a single pebble. No matter how high quality the obsidian, he doesn't so much as take a single glance.
That's amazing considering he loves obsidian.
Humph. You've got all this out of us, but what good is it going to do? The bastard Herman's always doing whatever he wants without a thought to the consequences. First, he made us all stop mining obsidian. Then he said the volcano was going to erupt. It's been almost 2 years since we moved here, and it hasn't so much as let out a puff of smoke. Maybe he should have taken a look at where our money was coming from just a couple years ago.
But doesn't Siesta have really lax infected policies?
That doesn't mean they've got jobs for us. If all the out-of-work miners became drivers, they could probably tow the city a couple of kilometers. Besides, I'm already infected. What else can I do? Once Mountain Dash Logistics moves into the city, we'll have even more people without work. Now the mayor's talking about tearing the shopping district down. Why tear it down even? Just to chase us out of here? Maybe. Maybe the mayor will come up with a policy to help you guys. Forget it. Haven't you heard? They're going to chase us infected out. The Colombians are here.
Where did you hear that?
We all know how the Colombians treat the infected. If something does end up happening, we might as well just head out to the waste ourselves and start pioneering. That shellbrain Herman. That darn shellbrain. Ugh. What's wrong? Are you sick? No, Dr. Kalon, they're also... The mayor must be having a tough time too. Don't get too mad over this.
No, I'm not mad. I thought this was just going to be warning a few men to stop illegal mining. But if the Colombians are here, that changes everything. This is Siesta's own problem. Sir, how many are still mining obsidian? I'll come out and say it. I'm not going to turn you in to the police. Ennis said it just now. I'm a doctor. I know it's not realistic to just stop your obsidian work. What I want to do is help you solve this problem. Please trust me. So, won't you tell me?
What do you mean you're going to help us? Who are you and why? Hold on, you look familiar. Ha, you finally figured it out, huh? You watched the Obsidian Festival broadcast, right? Remember the lady at the closing ceremonies with Mayor Herman? Who? No, I'm saying you look a lot like a woman I once met. It was a long time ago, and we worked at the Obsidian mines together. There was a scholar from Victoria. She was pregnant, but she went to the mines every day for environmental surveys or whatever. She didn't know that much about mining, but she was real kind to us.
Oh, that's good to know about Mama. Mama was nice. Cute.
Oh, now I remember. Her name was Barbara.
And if that is Mama, that's adorable. Mama was always nice. Why am I getting a weather alert right now? Excuse you, weather alert. The creature with the miner's lamp on its back trots along in short spurts as it gazes towards OTS's beach. There, Bard is sitting on the sand, plucking away at her string spontaneously. Do you come here often? You can still see OTS here. Well, music is pleasing to the ear, and the sound of the waves carried on the wind is a good accompaniment for my guitar. For the guitar. I didn't expect you to ask me that though, so you're actually willing to talk. Huh? Isn't this what one would normally do? Yeah, I guess it is. Maybe I'm just a bit too narrow-minded. If everything can talk to everything else, then music might just be the best language there is. Even if you don't speak the same tongue, music can help you convey your truest thoughts. Not bad. This feels like a new inspiration. Dolly only dipped because we bonked him in the tutorial. He's gonna come back as the final boss. Just based on that tutorial. Or at least one of the upcoming fights, which is gonna be painful. Fire starts strumming a slow, relaxed song. The waves rise and fall along to her rhythm. You two are the first to hear this, please. You two? Oh, are you including this fall beast here? Maybe the grass? No. Don't we have another listener here? Bard points at the steps next to them, which logically should be empty. Weren't you talking to it the whole time? Miss Bard, you can see it? The creature with a miner's lamp on its back stands on the beach and gazes blankly at the silhouette of old Siesta in the distance. It hesitantly tries to step into the seawater, but after a few plods, it walks back onto land. It takes its footsteps rhythmically, as though it is trying to match the music's beat, though it also looks like it isn't and is just trying to maintain its own rhythm. Ba-dump, ba-dump, ba-dump. Yeah, I've been able to see it since the day I came to Siesta. Just the one? Are there others? Too bad. This is the only one I can see. Bard looks at the lamp on the creature's back, and the hard hat and goggles on its head. I wrote the miners of Old Siesta a song. Maybe just happens to like things that have to do with oars. I'll play the song again just for it. Bayard starts strumming again while Adele brushes her dress's hem and sits down next to Bayard. Come to think of it, even though there hasn't been a single song of mine that could represent my whole life, perhaps there's one or two that could give comfort to somebody out there, even if my audience is just a lone little black sheep. But it's not so bad. I stayed behind to listen to you play your guitar. You said that you could see more of them. Where are they? They disappeared all of a sudden. I don't know where they went. Do they eat road signs like this one? I don't think so. I have an idea. Do you think this one eats road signs because it's a stray sheep? It has nothing else to eat, so it eats street signs as one do. Nom nom nom, delicious. Oh, I eventually gotta redo this stage so I can get... Actually, what drops here? Do I even want this? It's a mystery! Actually, no, this is pretty good. I could always use more of those Akitons, but at the same time, I don't mind just farming this one. Or, I mean, this one. This one. I can always go for more of these. Actually, I have a decent amount. Never mind, I gotta redo that one. Just farm this one. But yeah, it's good for the night. And then, the next stream I can finish the event. Oh, and then unlock all the good places to farm. Woohoo! That sounds good, like this one. I have less than 100. When it's in the double digits or less, that means I need a lot more. And good thing I can get this from here. But yeah, I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied with the progress for tonight. Woohoo! I will touch this thing later. That thing scares me, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna touch this one for now. But yeah, I'll probably finish it by next stream, which is great. So thank you for stopping by the stream. I hope everyone has a great rest of the day and epic gacha luck. I gotta use up some energy and redo the stage. And then just keep farming until I lose all my energy. So I'll see you guys later. Bye bye. Woohoo! Success!